Future Legends Podcast, episode 79. It's been, I think, since November.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. People think we stopped making episodes because Canelo lost to Crawford. That is not true. Did it hurt? Yes. Was we in here tight?
Yes.
But as a fight predictor, a fan of the sport, you're going to be wrong sometimes. That's not why we stopped doing the podcast. We busy. As you see, Syd opened up a gym. We in here right now, Gang Up Boxing Gym. You see the logo. I'm pretty sure some of the supporters already know, and they came here, they train here. For the fans that just watch us on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, this is where we've been at. We've been building up the gym. Kenny is out right now. He should be back for the next episode. So right now it's just me and Syd. We're going to jump. Basically, before we even jump into the topics, a lot has happened over the last few months. You know, the gym has been going successful.
Busy.
Syd's fighter, Isaac, you could talk about it.
He's number one. He's number one at 187, like how we predicted a couple years ago. He's number one in America at 187, and now we're about to bump up to 98 and try to take over that weight class and see what's up.
So yeah, and a very good chance of doing it too. For those who knows Isaac, he just went from a nobody to the best. So now he's on everybody's radar. That's interesting. I want to ask you. So it's not easier being unknown in terms of, you know, being the last seed and having to fight the first seed and stuff like that, but in terms of they don't know what to expect. Now, going into these next national tournaments, what's your mindset that, okay, now these dudes know Isaac, they seen his style, they seen what he could do. How are you, like, mentally, like, getting ready to train Isaac for that?
One, being unknown was perfect. It worked out in our favor, as you seen, right? Yeah. But now, like you said, people know he has the power. Because before, people heard he had power, but you never know until you actually go, until you actually spar with someone. But now they actually witnessed that, he went through nationals 3 stoppages, and nationals stopped number 1 guy and number 2 guy. You know what I'm saying? So now people do expect his power. But the thing about it, what's still gonna be surprising for people is his timing and his speed. You already know. Power is one thing, but when you have speed and you have that timing down, it don't matter what you try to do, what you expect. There's nothing you can do for that. But mentally, like I said, there's only 2 people we really looking forward to fighting. The rest, we just keep doing what we're doing right now. Keep getting sharper, keep getting better, keep getting faster, keep getting stronger. And I don't think anyone's gonna beat him.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think he had a big future in boxing, and I don't want to spoil no details, but the connections that have been made the last few days, if things go the way we want it to go, Isaac about to get to a whole nother level.
He's about to go from here to here.
We'll just leave it at that. We jump into topics. Obviously, Shakur and Teofimo fought last night. I'm pretty sure if you're watching this podcast, you know who won the fight, or you've seen the fight. I was there last night, so I felt the energy of the crowd. It wasn't the most stacked card, but I will say they was not lying when they said it was sold out. It was actually sold out. At the top, you've seen a few seats, but those could have been like resellers and stuff like that. So when they say 21,000, they meant it. And they posted online that they broke the record for most sold boxing fight in MSG.
Oh, really?
So yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yo, that's fire.
Them tickets wasn't cheap either. So I don't know if they got like the highest gate or nothing like that, but for boxing to get over 20,000,
that's fire.
In this era of the sport. Fire. In New York City, cold as fuck. It was cold.
It was actually the big stadium too.
Big room. You know how cold it was last night? My hands was numb waiting for that.
It's cold as hell.
People still came out.
Nice.
It was so much people. So when you go to boxing fights, you see like different kind of fans and stuff like that. It's always like a certain kind of energy. You can tell Jersey was out there for Shakur.
Of course, Newark. Yo, people want to say Newark is right there.
The train on the block too.
Right there.
Yeah, but they was out there. Kids, adults.
Shakur, Shakur about to fight Teofimo is a big deal, especially for someone like Shakur and then people from he from Newark, bro. A lot of them don't have. For them, this is something they can look up to. So them coming out, you're right. You know there was bro. Like the PAP train right there. They all gonna fly in. You stop it. Come on.
They say he bought tickets for like 500 kids or something like that.
That's fine.
That's dope. And I seen them 500 kids. I'm happy he wasn't in the same section. Those were some badass kids. I was like, I hope they ain't on this. I was like, I hope he put them in the back. I like, Shakur, don't put them kids in the front of there. Come on, people gotta enjoy this.
Oh,
it was bad, but it's cool though. Like, nah, they look bad. I don't know if they was bad, but you get the energy when you walk in. Kids, they looking lost. Hey, they like, hey, come on. So I was in there. I said, "Oh man, I hope they're not in my section."
You would take, watch him just like, wait.
Yeah, all right, they going over. Nah, it's dope. It's dope though. Like I ain't gonna front. That's a big moment, and to show how like he did. Like so, we go to the performance. I posted it on Instagram because we was out for a while, and the reason why, like another reason why we haven't been doing the podcast is usually like boxing has like highs and lows, and Canelo Crawford was such a big fight. Not saying we didn't have other fights after that, but the sport kind of dipped. And
a little bit.
We talk about boxing in the gym. We talk about boxing on the podcast. Sometimes we got to get motivated to talk about it. And this was the first fight that motivated me to talk about boxing. It just scheduling is why we didn't do the podcast before. But I posted on Instagram. I talked about how I thought the fight was going to go. I thought Shakur was going to win. For years, we always thought Shakur was like, in terms of distance, his timing, his defense, we thought like, if fighters have a hard time with distance or a fighter has timing, there's no way you're going to beat Shakur. It's too much to overcome. And with Teofimo, everybody doesn't see these flaws, but not saying that I'm the most experienced or the smartest dude in boxing, but in terms of studying the sport, I study the sport. So I see Teofimo has a hard time with distance. It's just a lot of fighters aren't great at it. So he can get away with it. He can get away with distance. The thing is, though, with Shakur, you can't have no flaws to beat this guy. Like, if you're going to beat this guy. Like, if you have anything that's wrong with you inside the ring or outside the ring, you're most likely going to lose. Like, no fighter is invincible. I know we have undefeated fighters and stuff like that, but even in those undefeated fighters, they have some bad nights sometimes where it's like that fight was a little close or whatever.
We seen mad times.
Yeah, you're going to have some challenges. Shakur is a fighter that he only cares about winning. Like, he's not – sometimes he has matured and showed that he cares about the fans, but he doesn't really care that much. I got to win. I got to prove that I'm better than you.
I think he don't care about the fans for certain fights. So I think, like, because the Padley
Zepeda fight, Padley fight. He fought that dude Artem. He was more aggressive.
Let's be honest, though. Those guys wasn't, like, a huge threat to Shakur. So he knew, like, all right, I'm just playing to the fan. I'm going to beat him regardless. It made it a little harder for himself, but he knew he was going to beat those guys. But I think with Teofimo, he already knew, like, all right, I don't give a damn what the fans say, bro. I got to go in there. I got to win because I got to prove. He wanted to prove a point. But one thing about Shakur, like you said, though, he's coming to win. Yeah. He don't care how he does it. He's gonna do it in the best way he can, in the best way. He's gonna do what he must to win. It don't matter if it's moving around too much. It don't matter if it's stepping to someone. He's gonna do what he can to win. And not gonna lie, last night, that's A+. Yeah. A+. I ain't gonna lie, there was nothing he did wrong last night. Nothing. He did. I mean, the crazy part is though, I think we said in the podcast a couple of times, right, about Teofimo's distance.
Yeah, a lot of times. Like,
mad times. I don't know if we said it pop, but we definitely said it in the gym mad times. Amongst each other. We knew that fight for Teo was, I mean, yeah, granted he had no choice, but it was also a bad fight. Yeah. We knew that. Like, Shakur's distance. Yeah.
And he knew it too. Teofimo, he's expressing in interviews. Talking about his jab, talking about this, I can't lose this fight. He knew this was a tough fight.
That's a problem. And we've seen all the times. Teofimo, he jumps into shots. How many times we say he's going to jump into something? And that's what he was doing all night last night. Jumping into jabs, jumping into counters. That was nothing too, though.
Shakur. Yeah,
that was nothing too, because what? I think 2 days ago we actually talked about that.
Because Shakur is not known to be a counterpuncher. Roy Jones actually said it too. He said Shakur just gets a little too far sometimes. Mm-hmm. So he'll get out the way, reset, then go again. Mm-hmm. But he'll make sure he goes first. So he's not going to get out the way and look at you, wait for you to go again. Mm-hmm. He'll get out the way and let me start the action. He's not really a counterpuncher. I'm not saying he can't, but that's not his thing. Last night, you would have thought he was a pure counterpuncher.
That shit was beautiful. He did everything, man. Master class, bro. That jab, nice. Counterpunching, nice. Straight, he was doing his thing. And I think he took off round 8.
That's the one round.
He took off round 8. That's the one round Teal won. But you could just tell, like, it still wasn't. Yeah, he won it, but that's because Shakur kind of like laid off, and even in the round, like Shakur was still touching up Teal. Yeah, when he wanted to.
Whenever he wanted to. They said the percentages: Teal landed 15%, Shakur landed like 47%.
Teofimo landed 15.
15% of it.
Yeah, damn.
He was trying.
I
give Teal credit for that. He was trying.
See, that's the thing too, and we said that too. Somebody like Shakur, you can be athletic, you can be great. To be honest, you can be great, but once you have a bad team, it's gonna affect you. Shakur's already a great fighter. We can't take that away from him. But he also has a great team, and he has a great mentor around him. Yep. Crawford, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I haven't won.
And Crawford, this is the thing about it. Crawford is the mentor that we see.
Yeah.
He also has Andre Ward and Floyd. Like he said in the press
That's
conference.
true.
He said
he has Floyd.
He said Floyd called him right before the fight.
Okay.
Andre Ward was in the locker room also.
Yeah, Andre Ward always with.
Yeah,
Andre Ward
he took him to Jay Prince. Like he helped their relationship get better. So Crawford is just that's like the brother.
Yeah, that's
like,
big bro.
Yeah, like I'm with him all the time.
Big bro.
So sparring with him, they have that relationship, and Teo and his dad says it like, yo, they got the Avengers for us. Ain't nothing wrong with that in boxing.
Listen, it worked though.
Nothing wrong with that. In
it
boxing,
worked.
yes, in boxing, you're the only person going in that ring. But, man, that strong team, the best coaches, the best sparring partners, the best mentors.
Because when you have someone like having someone like Crawford he just went into retirement. Like at that time he was still active. So Shakur's been around Crawford for years. So you're hearing someone that's
Fresh out the Olympics.
Exactly. Fresh out the Olympics, but around Crawford, right? So he's getting all that information. Constantly being in the camp, constantly being there, constantly being that. Then you got Andre Ward, right? Constantly telling him, yo, do this, do that. And it's not, because one thing just having people around you, because, people have people around them, but they don't really listen. Yeah. Shakur's taking every information. And he shows it
in the ring.
He shows it in the ring. And last night he showed that shit. Yeah. He showed it
He
all
even shows it outside the ring. Like you see, like, he used to get in trouble a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you could tell.
Stayed out.
Something happened. He got in trouble. Had to go, they didn't really get, like, arrested, but,
Nigga, Andre Ward hemmed him up one time. Stop playing.
Whatever they spoke about, Shakur stopped being in the hood. He starts being in the gym.
He has a lot to lose. I think people having people like Crawford. Because Crawford, everybody know, Crawford ain't to play with. Yeah. Crawford ain't no gangster. But Crawford is a grown-ass man you're not going to play with. He's going to check it. I think Crawford had to let him know that, like, yo, you don't have to be the hood dude to be a tough guy, bro. Yeah. And I think and again, Andre Ward being son of God and all that, and then, being, again, these.
Also coming from that background.
Exactly.
Too, which is
crazy.
True. If you don't know Andre Ward's story, you'd have never thought, like, when I first heard his backstory, I'm like, he used to do what?
I'm saying. So you have people that actually live that, and now they're showing you, like, yo, you have what it takes to be great and have all these millions of dollars. Don't mess it up.
Yeah.
Don't mess it up. And then, again, let's be honest, if you point Shakur in a certain direction, you can see where guys was at the top, and now look where they're at right now. So it's like, you don't want to be like that. You don't want to be like that. So, again, I think Shakur has the right team around
to
him.
Go far. Yeah, I posted on my Instagram story, talent can take you very far, but you got that great team. It's going to take you far, keep you there for as long as you want it to be.
And last night we seen him he took Tank's spot.
Before we even get into that, that's another conversation. But now we switch over to Teofimo. Obviously, from a technical boxing standpoint, like we said, distance. It's going to have a hard time being anybody with distance. For those who don't know, he fought a Japanese fighter by the name of Nakatani. He's tall. Teo had a hard time getting to him. Same jumping and stuff like that. When you got to apply pressure, you got to be a little bit smarter. It's a different game. After the fight, Teo said, I'm never fighting a tall person again. These are things that people got to pay attention to. Him saying that let you know, y'all don't got time for that distance stuff.
You got time. Well, should have had time. Should have had time.
Because he would have got better.
He would have got better. He should have had time. He beat Nakatani. Again, it was hard, but he beat him.
And that people think he lost that fight.
Try again. You got to do it again.
So, and that don't take away from his greatness because, he's great in his own way, but distance, that's his weakness. Like,
because he jumps.
Any fighter with, like, good amount of distance, I always said, yo, they'll beat Teo. They'll beat Teo. Like, I picked Haney to beat him. I picked Shakur to beat him. I thought Richardson was going to be the person to actually give him his first loss. I thought, because these dudes, like, in their own way, they are very good at distance. So, obviously, Shakur is the best at distance, and then with the jumping in, Tank is short, but he's also very good at distance and timing.
He understands distance.
I know Tank don't fight, so we don't want to bring him up too much, but I'm just using him as an example right now. But, yeah, I always thought the guys with distance could give Teofimo a hard time. Like, a better fight, honestly, would be him and Ryan Garcia. I know people they sleep on Ryan because technically he's not that sound in his skills, but that motherfucker's dangerous. I always thought Teo and Ryan was a good-ass fight.
Yeah, that would be a good fight. That would be a good fight. That would be a hell of a fight.
Teo was way better than Ryan in terms of skills, but it's dangerous. That left hook, he let that left hook sing. If you don't get out the way, which Teo was good enough to get out the way.
He's athletic.
Yeah, like even last night, it was certain hooks that Shakur was throwing some heat. He was getting out the way. And it just sucks because when your coach, number one, your coach is your father. That's already 50-50 in boxing. It's always either it's a great relationship or a bad relationship. Maybe it's some in-betweens that I don't know about, but the ones that they highlight, terrible relationship or that's like your best friend. In the past, they already spoke about how Teofimo and his father had tough relationship and stuff like that. They never split up, but he would say, yo, the relationship with my dad is tough. It's up and down sometimes. He'll get emotional when he talks about it.
The problem with that, though, is the fact that if you go back, right, to the father-son relationships, a lot of those dads were actually good at coaching. They actually knew boxing. Let's be honest. Like Floyd and his pops, right?
They come from a boxing family.
They come from a boxing family. Pops knew what the fuck he was talking about. Just they had a bad relationship. Yeah. So what it is. Fucking Roy Jones' is dad at one point. You know what I'm saying? There's a few of them right now.
Cotto and his dad at one point.
Cotto and his dad.
Yeah, split up. De La Hoya and his dad.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But the thing about they knew boxing. Yeah. So they split up because of the personal whatever, and just like, I'd rather just keep, this father-son relationship rather than anything. The thing about Teofimo and his pops, bro, they already have this bad relationship, so they say. But then his pops don't know shit about boxing.
Yeah, he don't.
So it's like, that's a bad combo,
it's
bro.
Like, and I seen him train, it was a media workout, and they was doing pad work. This is a long time ago, though. And he was doing catch and shoot. But he talking like, y'all know what this is? This is a catch and a shoot. I'm like, bro, that's one of the most common things.
I teach that shit, bro. I taught Isaac that shit for
that ain't like the crazy.
That's
but
basic
the way
shit.
he bragging about, I'm like, oh, okay. I started to get a feeling. Okay, I see what kind of, this is like a sports dad.
He's a
sports dad. The guy that goes to the football games. He never played football, but he loves his son, so he's gonna be yelling at the coach. He's gonna be on the field. Football dad.
But look, freaking Bill Haney's kind of like that too. He's a sports, but he brings in the right people. He brings in the right people to make sure Haney is good for his fights. I don't know why Dad don't just do that.
So, with the Lomachenko fight, which we could actually, maybe we could find out because we know the person. Joey Gamach was his second in that fight.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, from me seeing what happens when he's not in the camp, he probably made the game plan for that fight. And I know people like talk about how Loma showed or whatever. Teo had a good game plan for Loma that night.
Yeah.
Joey Gamach was there.
We probably could ask him about that.
Yeah. I don't know how the relationship ended, so I don't want to be like, yeah. But
I can ask him.
We can find out. Yeah, we can find out. And I think Joey Gamach has also worked. I could be wrong, but I think he also worked with Loma in the past.
That one I don't know.
I think so. So it's like, that's a good amount of like, okay, I've been in the gym with this guy before. That's game plan. So all of that matters when you're fighting at this top level. Shakur is a dude, he always says, Shakur sparred everybody. He sparred Teo before. He knows, okay, I seen this. He said it. He said after the fight, he said, I've been studying Teo since we were amateurs. He said, even though I didn't know if he was going to fight or not, I always seen him and I studied him. Shakur, these fighters, he's thinking about everything. And he sparred him and stuff like that. So it's like, when the time come, I bet. I know what to do with him already.
The thing about Shakur, he see, because again, amateurs, Shakur, I guess, understands that, right? Amateurs approach is different. Teofimo already expressed how he was a loser in the amateurs. So he wasn't making it that far. They were, whatever. I know in Shakur's mind, it's like, bro, he's still in my weight class or he's around that. We could possibly fight in the future. Possibly. So he probably, like you say, he probably studied everybody. And just watch certain people drop off, like, or certain people move up in weight, like, I gotta worry about that dude no more. This dude's still here, I'm still watching him. Because you just never know.
Yeah.
You never know. He might get ahead of you, or he might be that dude coming for your spot. I think Shakur understands that I gotta hold this shit down. I don't know what chip he got on his shoulder, but he carrying that shit well, though.
With Teo, I'm excited, not excited, but interested to see what he'll do next in terms of coaching.
Get rid of his dad.
Will he keep his dad? And if he does, will he add somebody to the team? Or if he just stays with his dad, like, what fights can he take next? There's a lot of good fights for him at 140, but it's one of those things that when you lose, the people from the outside get more courage to fight you because they're like, okay, this is all we got to do. That don't mean it's going to work, but that's going to make all his fights harder. And that already happened when he fought Jermaine Ortiz. Jermaine Ortiz had a good game plan. He just wasn't throwing.
Just moving too much.
Yeah.
I think Jermaine had good. We was moving. I think for that fight, he was moving too much.
Yeah.
But
couldn't get to him.
This ain't Teo's first loss. So people already seen that Teo have holes in his armor. It's just Teo not getting the certain. Well, I don't know if he's not getting it or he's not taking it. Whatever the situation is, he's just not fighting the right people that we know that can beat him. Like I said, I'm not gonna lie. They were supposed to fight. That business.
They got the same manager too.
But there was a business deal on that side. It is what it is. That ain't happened. But we said we call that shit. We already knew if they had to fight,
Yeah, I was picking Richardson. I thought that was.
I mean, we don't know for sure, but that I was 90% sure Richardson gonna be, because distance. I'm not gonna lie, Richardson got that, and Teo got issue with distance. All you do is jump at Richardson, he's gonna catch you. So I mean, right now I don't see no. And he's talking about moving to 47.
Who?
Teofimo. He said that. He's like, oh, he said people might not agree with this, but I think I'm gonna move to 47, bro.
Hey, get a fresh start.
Yeah, but what does that happen? You realize he does that every time, right? He remember he lost. Campbell's moved up. So he lost to Shakur and move up? That don't make no sense.
Hey, go for a third division.
But then it gets dangerous as you go up, because who you gonna fight?
I mean, they got Ryan and Devin up there.
Good point. I forgot about Ryan.
Yeah, they're smaller, so you get smaller guys.
He got Barrios.
Yeah, unless Ryan might knock his head up. Well, that's a whole other topic. But you brought up Tank and Shakur taking Tank's spot. We was talking. We don't talk about Tank that much in terms of fights, because he has his personal stuff. We don't talk about outside stuff really. That's his business. But in terms of the sport, if you're not in the sport, it makes no sense to talk about you. I feel like this fight woke him up because he posted about boxing. Tank never posted about boxing. He'll post a random him joking around or something like that, or him talking shit to somebody.
Oh, him in the car, just
doing some stupid shit. Yeah, he's just being himself. But he woke up this morning and posted a boxing clip of him when he was younger, like as a pro. But
you talking about short haircut Tank with the headband?
Yeah,
he had the headband on.
He had the headband. I ain't watched the whole clip because I ain't gonna front. I'll be like, yeah, Tank. But he posted boxing stuff. So I feel like with that performance last night, I know we all crowned, well, a lot of people crowned Tank as that guy, the superstar, the most skilled fighter, and we all felt like even though he didn't fight these people, we felt like if he fights them, he would be the favorite. He probably still might be on the betting side.
I don't know about Shakur anymore.
Yeah, about Shakur anymore. So that's why I feel like Shakur took his spot.
Yeah.
Shakur took his spot. Like, they have different stories, but from the hood, young black fighter, fighting these dudes, dominating them in his own way. Yes, he's not getting the highlight knockouts like Tank. That's what helps Tank's star power, because he stops people.
A knockout.
But I think Shakur took his spot, and if Shakur took his spot, and let's say if they never fight, Shakur might hold that spot for a very long time.
Yeah, he gonna hold it, because Shakur's actually aiming for the big fights. He don't care for the small fights. The thing about it is, like, 2 years ago? When was supposed to fight? When he spoke about fighting, it was like 2 years ago.
Before Frank Martin.
Yeah, about 2 years ago. When was the last time he fought? Yeah, 2 years ago. I don't even know timeline Tank anymore, bro.
He fought last year, Roach. 2025, yeah.
So before that, I was picking Tank. I was picking Tank to beat Shakur based off Shakur's performance with each fight. But it seems like each fight Shakur have, he's getting better and better.
He cut off the ring last night.
I was about, you saw that, right? I was like, yo, he actually cut the ring off, son.
He cut the ring off, yeah.
He's cut the ring off, beat the shit out.
Cut the ring off, son.
That's what I'm saying. But now, though, I'm not going to front. This would be a better fight. I think this fight, regardless of win, lose, or draw, I think we're going to see the best out of each one. Like, yeah, we saw Shakur's best performance last night. We saw the best Shakur can come with that at this time. I think fighting Tank, though, he's gonna level up. He's gonna come with all the resources, because Tank. He don't underestimate Tank. He just think Tank is. I guess he think whatever Tank, because Tank ain't fighting who he's supposed to be fighting. But he understands Tank's skills. He knows what Tank is about. He understands Tank has that power. I think he's gonna come in the best shape of his life. I think Tank might do the same too, especially knowing the fact that this was Lil Bro at one point. He took my spot. I've been going from the sport. He fighting, he beating these guys, and he had a great performance. Dominating. I need that spot back. But my thing is, though, all right, say he does come back and fight Shakur. I mean, all right, just say he wins. You think he fights anybody good after that?
Yeah, get the money and go back to where he used to be.
Then we don't care for it.
I think personally he wants to fight Shakur, even before he took his spot. Like, he just don't care.
Yeah,
it's personal, yeah. He don't like Devin either. Those are two dudes that, I think Devin just might have moved up too high. He ain't going to 47.
Catchweight 44.
That fight might be gone.
That fight might
be gone.
I mean, you know what, though? Unless the money there, Devin might go back down. If the money's there.
I think he probably make it happen.
But I think the only person that can make it happen is Turkey.
And they got to get them Canelo numbers. So, right.
Especially for Devin. Devin see a Canelo number, he gonna jump on. He definitely gonna say, yeah, I can do 40. I mean, I don't think it's a good fight for Devin at 40 because
I think it's a good fight
last
for
time,
Devin.
I mean, period. But last time he fought at 40, he looked like he about to pass out. Yeah. He didn't look that good.
He looked good, yeah.
So, I mean, hey, man. Either way, though, let's Tank come back to fight somebody because I know last time they was
saying he might fight
Shockey.
and saying he might fight Pitbull.
Don't care for that. Don't care for that. I want to see him fight. I want to see him fight Keyshawn. I want to see him fight Shakur. I want to see him fight Haney. I want to see him fight Teofimo.
Someone that's of his caliber.
Yeah, exactly. At one point, I did want to see him fight Teofimo. I don't think anymore.
Last night, I don't know really.
Not
saying I don't want to see Teofimo fight, but he has to make some changes.
The thing about that too, but Teofimo is also a mental fighter. If he taking an ass open like that from Shakur and saying he had to fight Tank, he understands Tank skills is just as good as Shakur's, but hits harder. Yeah. So I think he might come in there a little gun shy. So I mean, I could be wrong, but I just don't care for that fight anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, me. I ain't really. But we'll see what happens with them. But shout out to Shakur, though. He dominated last night.
Great performance.
I'm interested in seeing what he does next. Move on to the undercard. Wasn't the biggest fan of the undercard, but I do want to talk about Bruce Shushu Carrington because he's from New York City. He's from Brooklyn. He's actually from Brooklyn. He's from Brownsville. The reason why I say actually because I'm from Brooklyn. I grew up in Brooklyn. I know a lot of people in Brooklyn. Everybody knows somebody that knows somebody. Everybody be claiming Brooklyn, claiming the hood, claiming this, claiming that. Shushu is probably the only fighter of this generation within like the last 10 years that's actually from Brooklyn and known to be from Brooklyn. It's people that's from Brooklyn. I'm not going to say they're not from Brooklyn. But, they went, they're just in the gym. They came up the amateur ranks, and they who they are. Before I knew that it was an amateur boxing system, I knew who Shushu was. If you were anywhere around Brownsville, you knew Shushu. Shushu was like that guy that's supposed to be the next thing. I remember the first time I did the Golden Gloves, and I was in the finals. Me and Shushu fought the same night. People that don't know, we fought in the same card a couple times before, but I had like my Golden Glove chain, and somebody thought I was Shushu because I was in Brownsville. I was like, you that Shushu kid, right? I'm like, no, nigga, I just box also. So Shushu, right, was really a star. Like I was telling people last night, I said if Shushu, he was a hood star. Well, no, that's some gang shit. He wasn't a hood star. He was a star in the hood.
You're about to rephrase that.
Because there was a gang by that name for those who don't know. I don't want to say that. But he was a star in the hood, and if he gets this belt, he can be an actual star from Brooklyn. Spike Lee was there last night. Yeah, Spike Lee was hyped when he won. Jumped up in the ring and stuff like that. Shushu could be the New York star of boxing. It's some big fights in front of him. Is he ready for those big fights? We won't know until he gets in there. But the big fight, the one that he's been calling for, is against the monster Inoue. Me personally, I think he has a good style for him. He might match up on paper well with him stylistically. But experience, big fights, I don't know. Would I like him to take that fight next? No. I want to see him in there with some punchers. I want to see him fight. He called out Nick Ball, fight Nick Ball.
That'll be a good fight.
Yeah, fight somebody that's like, yes, you probably could stop them, but we got to see you go through something. He did get hurt last night, and he shook it off, and he adjusted and came back. But the monster, even though he is smaller than Shushu, that's a different kind of accuracy, different kind of power.
I was about to say, the thing about that, though, and that's all I'm kidding. And that's all. Like, same thing I tell you about the commentators though. It's like hearing them say, because one, it don't matter how much you could take a punch, getting punched in the back of the head hurts, right? It's still gonna shake the shit out you. It don't matter how strong your chin. Getting hit in the back of the head got nothing to do with having a great chin. It has nothing to do with that. That's your brain getting punched. So the fact that he got punched in the back of the head, got hurt, obviously. So for the fact, for them to say, oh, he might be a little chinny. It's like, yo, y'all don't know boxing.
I turned it off. I wasn't home, but when I'm home and I watch the zone, the volume is down.
It's like, what does getting punched in the back of the head have to do with being chinny? Like, but either way though, he got punched because of a bad habit he got. Whatever, go dipping down. Listen, I've been punched there before because of a bad habit. After that, fix the shit out of that habit. Tell you that. But him, I don't think he should fight Inoue yet. Like you said, though, because of experience. Yeah. Like you said, I think he has a great style for Inoue. The catch, the shoot, he knows when to be aggressive. He knows when to box, all that.
His jab was only
Sharp.
For people that don't know Shushu from like the amateur side, now he's a lot more aggressive and he's on the inside catching the shoe, and that was the end of his amateur career.
Yeah.
If you look at Shushu coming through the system, he was outboxing a lot of people. Like, it was dudes that was known, this is the top dude that he's about to turn 18, so he's going to be an adult. There's a couple dudes like that. For Shushu stopped a lot of people from winning the Golden Gloves. A lot. He did 23 a couple times. 32, he went up to 40. Like, what are you doing at 40, bro?
He tried.
Beating people. He still was beating people, though.
That's the thing, because I sparred. For me, watching Shushu, like, especially last night, seeing how his style changed. His style definitely changed. Because I sparred with Shushu a good amount of times. I mean, as much as people say he's good, I mean, granted, I never thought much of because he's smaller than me. Yeah. So it was like, I'm not going to find anybody smaller than me. But watching now, though, I think it'll still be it'd be a great fucking smart match. It was sharp. Sharp.
That was the only fight. I mean, I felt like if I watched it at home, that's the only fight that would have had my attention. The other fights, I probably would have fell asleep. Because even in the arena, it wasn't that much energy until the main event. But you can tell from that fight, okay, it's New York energy. They're cheering and stuff like that.
That's what you got pissed me off when you said it wasn't much energy. It's like,
it wasn't.
What?
I'm telling you, like, people can say what they want. I've been to a lot of fights before. Like, energy with the main event, yes.
It matters.
Main event, yes. But in the crowd, though, I'm telling
that's
you.
That's what I'm saying.
People was talking about basketball.
That's mad weird to me because he's from New York, bro. Fighting the Garden.
He probably had his section of people of where they came to support him, and they knew him. But a lot of people don't know shit about boxing.
Which is, I
feel like he don't have a big name yet. We know him.
Yeah.
Because we from the city. We know him. But the outside people, the people that just hear, Teofimo Shakur, they don't know what's going on. And he's one of those fighters that he comes from the same class. He was at the Nationals with them. He was up there with them, winning, beating the people. But he didn't get the same notoriety. Like, he started knocking people out. And this Shushu kid is nice. But, like, he's up there class too. But, you know what it is? He turned pro later.
I think him being a smaller weight class too. You already know small weight class don't get
much attention.
Much attention. So, I mean, I'm hopefully now though, because last night knockout that shit was beautiful. So I'm hoping now. Listen, if you don't know who Shushu was before last night, shit,
he's a finisher.
He's a finisher, nigga. If you still don't know who he is, look him up.
It's crazy to see them in the amateurs and you see them pro, and it's like, obviously fighters grow. But you see it, like. Yeah.
Like you get to see, that's
I ain't gonna
saying.
front though. Some fighters, they obviously got better, but they didn't
still
really grow. Yeah,
they're still the same.
Like the same way they dominate. Yeah, they dominate like that now. But you can see Shushu, he changed.
Like he went from, and there's no disrespect, but he went from being a boy to a man. Yeah, you see the transition. I mean, like I said, for me, it's kind of dope seeing it. Cause I said, I was sparring with him a couple years ago, and shit like that, and. So watching him grow is dope as fuck. And I know he came back to New York. He came from New York for, I think, the Fatal 4 joint. I think. We, came down, he sparred. He was at Gym X. I was supposed to spar with him, one time with that. But he ended up sparring with two of my other mans, Kobe and Chris, which was obviously they same weight class. So it was a little better for them. But, we was, talking and shit like that. But I ain't gonna lie, I told straight up, I kind of want to spar with him now. Because, he's killing shit.
You seeing him sparring too, the way he was moving?
Yeah, he's a lot more comfortable. Like he wasn't trying, he came out, he was sparring, like he was working with them. He wasn't trying to kill nobody, he was working. But you could see how, he was letting them punch, moving, stuff like that, but you could just see, how much more comfortable he is. Like you could tell, he's on a whole different level,
It showed when it matters too. It showed when it matters too, because, you got rocked a little bit, recovered, stopped him in a bad way, too. And I do look like he could punch. That dude fought Stephen Fulton, split decision. He lost split decision. He fought another top fighter, and he got stopped by him. But that was the best performance against him.
Man, listen, one thing, you already know me. One thing I like to admire is a fucking jab. And that jab was
right here.
Razor blade,
right in the bottom lip. Bow. I said, you get jab right there. I said, that's accurate jab. That's right there. Like I said, when I seen the first round, I said, if he starts to put together combinations, he can stop him. And the way that jab was landing, boom.
But he was doing that, bro. Yeah. He was putting them combinations, and there was one where they were close. Man, he threw a beautiful combination, close range. Like there was exchanging. He won the exchange, but just the way the exchange happened, bro, it was. He exchanged bomb. Dude trying to save him, but dude was still missing while Shushu was still catching him.
He's real good at I'm here,
here.
He makes sure the other hand is good.
Yeah.
Nah, he got a lot better. Like
That
I ain't
shit-
gonna. I don't get excited to watch too much fights because I've been around boxing so long. I've seen so much fights. So I was more excited for the moment than the fight. But that was a good ass fight, and I was there. I want to see it. I want to see it again. I want to watch it like on TV to see those little things.
And he
like
brought the WBC back to New York, son.
green belt.
Got that.
Yeah.
Green belt. Oh, we got the IBF and the WBC. Richardson got the IBF at 140. Now Shushu got the WBC, man. New York doing something right now, man.
Yeah, man, they doing
Doing
their thing,
something. We gotta get one more, man. We can get WBA.
All right, so I'm gonna wrap it up at that. So basically, we back now. So if we can't make it to the studio, we're gonna be here, right? So you should expect a podcast every week. I would say at least 3 a month because we do have a tournament right now. So we're coaching people. So sometimes, we don't know if we got coaching next weekend. So I would say expect 3 podcasts a month. Guests coming soon. No guests that y'all know too, not just
Special one.
Yeah, not just homie from down the block that like boxing.
We might get him too.
Yeah, but
he's kind of
still,
funny.
yeah.
No, but
But we got some guests coming through. Make sure you follow us on TikTok, Future Legends, Instagram, Future Legends without the E, YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Outside of that, Future Legends Podcast, episode 79. We out.